Welcome everybody, you're watching Robot Rallis, and today we're going to be doing a premiere draft in Dominaria United. If the video is a little bit slow for you, I encourage you to speed it up to 1.25 or 1.5 speed. People say that I talk a little bit slow, and you can probably still figure out the flow of the game pretty easily. If you enjoy content like this, please feel free to leave a like, possibly comment, and maybe even subscribe. Well, we have a pretty easy first pick here. This is quite a strong card. You can build around it quite easily, and that's what I'm going to intend to do. We have some pretty good white and red cards here. Then we have Micromancer. Hopefully we'll get the Micromancer back, but I doubt it. We might even be taking the Academy Wall if it comes back to us. Who do we have at the table with us? Nobody I know. Additionally, today is Tuesday, and by the time this video comes out, you might even be able to find it, my first article on hipstersofthecoast.com. Well, that's certainly interesting. Someone took an uncommon over Namada. Namada is quite a strong card. I think I am supposed to take it here. I mean, only other considerations are like Tribute, Talarian Geyser, and Fires of Victory. I'm going to take the good rare. It does look like they're headed in different directions, but make no mistake, you can definitely play these together. Mana fixing is definitely possible in this format. It's at a premium, and you have to pick it aggressively because other people will be as well, but you can definitely do it. Alright, well I'm going to put us on pause till we get the next pack. Alright, well we're not going to be taking this rare, it's just not good. However, we do have a Haunted Mire, which is fine. Bones, Splinters, and some blue cards. Well, admittedly, this many blue cards in pick 3 is interesting. It seems two uncommons were taken, so it doesn't actually mean that much. We're going to take the Haunted Mire for mana fixing for the Namada, and just for the deck overall. Pass up on the blue stuff. Now we have, green and white stuff in the pack, and Geothermal Bog. I think it might just be the Bog. Take the mana fixing early and often, it will reward you. And so far we're on pace to just play all the cards we have. I'm gonna work in a few hours. But yeah, my article at hipstersofthecoast.com, it is on 10 cards in the format that you either really want to see or really don't want to see on the other side of the battlefield. Good when you have them, bad when your opponents have them. That's the name of the game. None of these cards are so incredibly strong, I guess besides Ruligmons, that I'm really considering taking them over the Ridgeline. I think I'm just taking the Ridgeline anyway. Like, now we have 2 red fixing lands, 2 green fixing lands, and 2 black fixing lands, and a deck with red, black, and green. So, pretty wonderful. Got my pick of the litter, so to speak. Alright, Contaminated Aquifer is a fine card, but I think we're on Vine Wall for right now. Just a fine playable that helps us dig for lands to make our stuff better. Additionally, it can also kind of hold back a little bit of aggression until we can cast a Temporal Firestorm. I wouldn't mind some card draw. Sweepers and card draw go together quite well because you need to dig for those sweepers if they're not in your hand. Well, you don't need to, but sometimes you want to, and it's good to have that ability. Alright. Now, the Sojourner's not awful. Um, that might be what we end up picking here. It does survive the firestorm, and that is pretty important. Discount of 3 makes it 5. It's not very exciting at 5, but it's not awful, I guess. Sentinel's the only other card, besides maybe the Firenado, that I could see picking here. I think I'm more interested in the Sojourner than the Firenado. Alright, so another Vine Wall. Or an automatic librarian. I'll just take a Vine Wall number 2. We're definitely aiming in the direction of domain here. We have some lands, we have some great spells, a sweeper, 2 Vine Walls. Looking pretty good so far. Oh wow. Alright, so Tangled Islet or the Battlefly Swarm. I think I'm supposed to take the Islet here. Another green land that has some blue applications. Way to make the Sojourner cheaper. Good hit off the Vine Wall. Just generally good stuff. So with this many lands here, we're looking to increase our power level with pretty much any busted card that comes our way. I think I'm on Aquifer or Sacred Peaks. I think I'm on Sacred Peaks. Yeah. It does seem like people aren't aggressively taking the lands right now. Although somebody did take the Baird out of that one pack as well as the removal spell. So it looks like 2 different people possibly competing for white. For us, I think we're going to take the Bone Splinters. It's pretty solid with the Vine Walls. You don't really care about these after they're in play, they just kind of chump block usually. And then Bone Splinters is a great way to make extra work of them, or extra use rather. Well, none of these are actually very impressive. I guess the Branch Rider's fine. Tattered Apparition I have not been very impressed with. Enthrall to the Pit's actually perfectly fine in decks like this. It's not a very good removal spell, but it is adequate, and we do have a Bone Splinters already, so there's a chance we might actually be able to make it work. This is just a bad card. Alright, pick 2. Well, Squeeze quite good. We're not really a aggressive deck, but it is a fine card. If we're on the play, this is going to get aggressive pretty quickly. If we're on the draw, this is just a 3-mana 2-2 in a pretty defensive deck. Might be better to just take like a Knight or hell, even a Tolarian Geyser. I might just be taking the Tolarian Geyser anyway. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to take this. Oh, well, I mean, we'll take the on color for this style of deck. 5 mana 5/5 flyer with Ward 2 that wins you the game when it hits your opponent. Yeah, we'll take that. I mean, if we're just gonna play rare tribal, I'll definitely do it. Now we do have a Sunlit Marsh and a Sacred Peaks, and honestly, I think I'm not meant to take either of those right now. We already have a lot of lands. I think Scout the Wilderness is kind of a little bit more what I'm looking for. Either that or Joint Exploration. Scout the Wilderness is better mana fixing them, and we need to get double blue for that. Interesting. The Phasing of Zelf here. I don't think this card is actually very good. I think it is just okay. I don't really think it's what I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for early playables, things to hold back the aggression. Vine Shaper Prodigy kind of fits the bill there. Not an especially impressive card, but it definitely plays. Blight Pile now. Blight Pile I think is actually quite good, but there's also a Weather Seed Treaty. Well, I would like to replace the Scout the Wilderness, but I do need 2s. Yeah, Vine Shaper and 2 Vine Walls. Tough call. Well, this is not coming back, but neither is this. We'll just take the Blight Pile. If we don't get enough 2s, we're just gonna die to aggression. Doesn't even matter whether or not we get the mana fixing. Najal is quite strong. Can only play so many 5s, but I think this is definitely a good one. I mean, vanilla test alone, this is still a fine card. Like 5 mana in this format is usually buying you like a 4/4. So it will trade with those pretty well. It does tussle. And it also holds back a lot of smaller creatures. Also beats up on 5/5s like Molten Monstrosity and the big old zombie and the Talarian Terror. Well, it doesn't really beat them up, it trades for them, but that's still fine. Yeah, the Writhing Necromancer, that was what I was talking about. So Pixie Illusionist is actually quite good in decks like this, so I think I'm going to take it. Hydromancer has a playable 3 that has applications in the late game. Yeah, I'm on it. I'll definitely be on board with that. Make ourselves a second Sphinx. Fine by me. Battlefly Swarm or Hexbane Tortoise. I think I'm just on the Swarm. Alright, well, I'm going to give it a pause. It's going to be a moment before we get the next pick. You know, at first glance, this might just look like a pile of cards. And, it is. It is. It really is. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So the Steel Crusher is the better 2. We're not super duper heavy red, but I think we're more likely to play it than the other cards. And our mana fixing's not awful. We do need some more lands. I don't know how many more. Once you arrive at like 5 tap lands, it's not like free. It's pretty costly actually. I don't really like any of these cards, but I guess the Eerie Soul Tender is the best one for us. Get back any of these in the later stages of the game. Only have 1/4. Yeah, I mean, Tide Turner's not awful, but I'll just take the Bugweave. I'm not even looking to play it, to be honest. Alright, well, I mean, we definitely have a solid deck so far. We just have to increase our card quality. At this point, Meteorite might actually be making it. Come on. Oh dear, we're going to be waiting a moment. Alright, sideboard card comes back to us. Last pack we have Haunted Mire, Aran, Mossbeard Ancient, and the Lurgoyf. What's our creature count looking like? Not super duper high. Also, Bite Down. I think I'm on the Bite Down for now because we don't really have a wealth of removal. Sarah Paragon, can we cast that? We have a Sacred Peaks, Meteorite, and pretty much nothing else. It's an extremely strong card, that's for sure. Also Fires of Victory, which might just be the kind of thing we're supposed to take here. We are going to be having a good number of cards in our hand, thanks to being kind of clunky. Also a sunbathing root walla. So we have a lot of options here. I'm just going to take the Fires of Victory because we actually wasted a lot of time thinking about that pick. Alright, Wooded Ridgeline number 2, Extinguish the Light or Phyrexian Rager. I might Steel Crusher, I don't think it's there now. I mean, it might once we put in the Wooded Ridgeline number 2. Rager is very nice, and we do have an okay amount of black. I think Rager is very important in decks like this. What's our removal looking like? It's not great. It's not very good at all. I think we're supposed to take Extinguish or Rager. We already have enough power, we need the removal. Wouldn't mind seeing another blue land. We have double red, double blue, and double black spells now. Well, Slimefoot Survey definitely solves that problem once we hit 5, but I don't know how happy I am about playing it. It might be the case that I'm supposed to take the Academy Wall or Phyrexian Espionage. I don't see how that's correct though. I think I'm supposed to take the 2. Just another 2 that can attack and block. Tangled Islet's kind of right up my alley and what I'm looking for. Also a Contaminated Aquifer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, I think the Aquifer is on average going to be better for me. Don't really have that many green cards. Definitely have more blue and black. Well, Rona is a fine card. Are we supposed to play that here? Yeah, probably. Over Barkweave Crusher. It's another creature that has some applications in the late game, and we have a good number of spells. Now it's Warhorse or Automatic Librarian. Yeah, I mean, Horse is definitely the best one, but we already have a good number of 4s. Might be just better than those, though. We'll take it. I don't think an Enthrall to the Pit's really what I'm looking for now. Sunlit Marsh and Molten Tributary. Well, this is definitely a tributary kind of pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Singleton Fixing Lands. Shore Up, Haunted Mire, or Splatter Goblin. How are we looking for 2s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6-ish, something like that. Yeah, I'll take the Fixing Land or the Shore Up. I'll just take the land. Balmore? Can we play that? It's a fine card and all, but is it what we're looking for? How many creatures do we have? 15? Actually, it's not the worst. Just not very good. We'll take a look. I don't think we're playing those other cards. Wooded Ridgeline or one of these cards we're not playing. Easy pick. Slimefoot Survey. I mean, guess it is vault value if nothing else. Tangled Islet over nothing, and Relic of Legends we're not going to play. Okay. Well, this was certainly an interesting draft. We got a lot of good stuff. We just have to find a way to translate it into a win, or 2, or 3, or 7, hopefully. Oh, interesting. Bit of a visual bug on the Rona and Namada. Well, I guess I should come back to this and clip this so I can put it in their little bug report section. Pretty interesting stuff. Does it appear when I move it? Does it appear through 2 cards? It does not appear through 2 cards, only through 1. Is it just Namada or is it any card? Any card. Interesting. That's definitely peculiar. So, with the meteorite, I think we are supposed to play it, just as another way to ensure that we have mana fixing. Scout the Wilderness, I think, is a necessary evil here. In fact, we kind of just need the playables, don't we? What are our lands looking like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so we do have the land situation on lock. The Talarian, the Phyrexian Warhorse, and the 2 Vine Walls are pretty much the only way we're getting the value out of the Bone Splinters. I think that's enough, though, since we're kind of low on removal. Because we have the Bite Down, the Fires of Victory, Bone Splinters, and Extinguish the Light, as well as Temporal Firestorm. And I think that's a fine enough build. Well, the worst card in our deck is probably just the Balmor. I just don't think it's really what we're doing. Like, we have 3 defenders here. Be pretty surprised if Beats in the Sky with Balmor is what we're trying to do. Otherwise, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid 2s, and then a Battlefly Swarm and a Pixie Illusionist. Yeah, let's take a look at our mana sources real quick, and I'll be right back. 6 free blue sources, 8 free black sources, 7 free green sources, 5 free red sources, and then a Sacred Peaks for the Temporal Firestorm kicker, and the Phyrexian Warhorse kicker, and the Talarian Geyser kicker. Feels pretty good overall. We also have the Meteorite and the Pixie Illusionist and the Scout the Wilderness to kind of assist with that. Looks pretty okay. I'll keep it and go ahead and jump into a game. Alright, well, we have fine enough mana. We have this Najal burning a hole in our pocket, but we do have a Meteorite. We have some pretty good plays to draw here. We are a little bit slow against a more aggressive start, but maybe we are supposed to mull. I think we're keeping. Very clunky. Don't really want to see like land 1-drop or anything. Oh, they've taken a mull. Well, I guess I should have read whether or not they mulled, because that definitely would inform my decision as well. We'll start with the Tangled Islet. We have more blue stuff and green stuff we'd like to cast, I think. Alright, well, if they're not going to punish us for the double tap land, I'm pretty happy about that. They have a good 2 here? No, they don't. Wow. Pretty crazy. Pretty sure it's just Swamp. Next turn we have the Extinguish. Sojourner. Yeah, it's a good card and all, but hardly going to just win the game on its own, huh? We don't actually have any white mana yet, so I think we're supposed to just Extinguish now. I don't really feel like taking 8 off of that. Prodigy Kick is fine with me. It's a good card and all, but we get the Meteorite value bare minimum. And we didn't need the mana, so it's not like we're getting nothing out of it. Well, Rada's definitely a bit of a beating. We do need to have a way to block that at least. Najal would do it. They don't really have a good way to blow me out here for playing the Najal anyway, so they have a combat trick. I don't think there's anything for specifically blue-red that gets me here. Yeah. Smells like they might have lightning strike or timely interference. Or possibly... Oh, no, fire's a victory. Okay, yeah, fair. Understandable. But that's our turn. The whole thing. Alright, well, we're gonna kick this for sure. Play that and a blight pile. Then pass turn. Pretty good amount of aggression here. They need to do something to compete. They do have more cards than we do, but, you know, that's alright. Oh, Tatiova's a bit of a beating. And they do have a 7th land. That's pretty rough. Yeah, I do need to kill that. It's gonna win the game if I don't. They're going to attack, yeah. Sadly, we draw a land instead. Not really what I'm looking for. We do have good draws. I mean, I think killing the big guy earlier was actually a good call. Yeah, that was the other card I thought they might have. Yeah, not really anything to do, so... well, that's pretty good for them. Not only do they get value next turn off of sacking lands, but they also just go get a free land here to make into another flying 3/3 with haste. Yeah, this is shaping up to be my loss, my first one in my first game. We do have live draws here, that's the good news. Unfortunately, that is not one. But we can at least play it and kick it. Alright, and we pass. Leaving up light pile, I mean, I don't really think this is going to come down to a racing situation, because we are handily losing this race. Yep. Well, we are going to block, because I think we kind of have to. Down to 5. Yeah, my turn. Geothermal Bog does not do it, so that's the game. Oh well. Yeah, Tatiova is a real beating. Guess we could have saved the bite down. Yeah, we probably should have. I don't think the Rada was really that good for my opponent. Definitely better for me to have the Najal, but they were going to untap and kill it anyway. Alright, well, we have mana. This is double black. We do have it. Yeah, we'll keep it. We are on the draw. Play out the Islet. Haunting Figment, sure. One pile of blight coming right up. We're gonna block if they attack. If they want to bounce it to get in 2 damage, that's fine with me. Yeah, sure. Combat trick's also fine with me. Yeah. A-okay. Combat trick there means we don't have to deal with another one later. I think we're just supposed to play the tap land pass turn. Next turn we can... Oh, well, we actually can't do this. Next turn we can do this, if we think we need to. Not very threatening. Alright, well they have something to do here. Don't know what it is. I think we're supposed to play out the one thing? I don't know what though. Only facing down 2 damage. I think we just play this out. Well, they do only have 3 cards in hand. I feel like one of the ways we lose this game is just not playing cards when we can play cards. We have plenty of value in our hand, we just need to not get run over. Or are they gonna mill me for 1? Okay, if you say so. If they'd like to do that, that's fine with me. Espionage not kicked. Land. Okay. I left open 1 black. Could that be... I don't have enough information to say what it is or isn't. Well, Rona's definitely not bad, but I think we're going to kick the Vine Shaper Prodigy, because mana is nice. And we would like to draw a card here. They have -2/-2? Well, Wooded Ridgeline is definitely the kind of card I'm looking for here. Yeah, we'll take it, and we'll play it pass turn. We're at 16, pretty healthy life total. We have a Rona to help clean things up a bit. Academy Wall, interesting. So they do have more than 1 defender. I think we're supposed to play out the Meteorite and just kill the Haunting Figment. And then we can start playing bigger, more hardy threats as the game goes on. Or are they playing main deck negate or something? They're gonna blow a shore up or something? Really, main deck negate. Okay. That's a bold ass strategy in best of 1, my friend. It's a good way to straight up get murdered. Yeah, no attacks. This card is really bad in best of 1, I would not play it. And they're actually milling themselves more than they're milling me. We're actually ahead on cards right now. I don't think the game's gonna go that long, but it is pretty funny. They pitched the shore up. Interesting. Oh wait, what? No, they pitched a land. And they have a Defiler of Flesh. Interesting. Well, Urtai Scorn is also not very good. We are giving them a lot of time, which is unfortunate, but... if the best thing they can do here is mill me for 2, that's fine with me. Didn't really want either of those cards. Couldn't cast that, and the Vine Wall is just a redraw. Are they gonna Bone Splinters? It does smell like they might have it. Sure. What do they have in there? Defiler of Flesh? I mean, if they want to spend their time getting that back, it's fine with me. Another combat trick I'm not really worried about too much. Can't really get through the O5 anyway. second one. Interesting. Yeah, sure. They pitch swamp. Okay. Yeah. Wooded Ridgeline, Rona, Warhorse. We don't have the white mana yet. Maybe we're supposed to play it out anyway? We'll just play the Eerie Soul Tender, I think. No, I'll play the Rona. Pretty good way to at least hold back the Eerie Soul Tender. Well, milling 2 lands feels nice. Always happy to see that. Oh no, they can mill me for 3 now. Well, now it's actually starting to be an amount that actually kind of matters. So, they have an amount of mana that's only going to permit them to mill me once, and we can kill the coral colonies in response. Or one of them with bone splinters, the other with bite down. Which, to be honest, we just might do. Also gains us a bit of life. And we're actually still ahead on cards, so... Really, main phase? Okay. Well, I'm actually kind of happy to have the Najal not in my hand, because we don't really have a lot of things to do with it. 1, 2, 3 mana? Yeah. We'll just play this out for free. Bone Splinters here. Sack the Hydromancer. Then bite down here. We actually can't bite down because we don't have a creature big enough. Crazy. Alright, well they can go back to milling us for 2 if they like. Oh, well that's certainly an annoying one. Alrighty. Well, Namada's quite a good card. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and go to combat here. No, we're just gonna wait. 3 cards in hand. There's definitely a way that we can kill the Namada. That's for sure. Sure. That's a bit of a tedious one. A 3rd Battle Rage Blessing. Fair enough, I suppose. I mean, sometimes your opponent just has literally everything. Alrighty, well, no blocks, I guess. So we still have to find a way to deal with the coral colony. I've milled some of the ways that I'd like to do it. Also at 11, maybe 8 cards in the deck. Yeah, we're in some trouble here. This might just be a second loss. I mean, they've filtered out every excess land they have. Come on. Okay. Scry to the top again. Shield Wall Sentinel. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Five. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they've got all the beef in the world. I'm just being beat down for an amount that I can't handle. Swamp doesn't really do anything. We don't actually have any more outs. Oh well. I mean, generally I don't really care about mill, but they did kind of get some of the best cards in my deck out of the way through sheer luck. Don't know exactly how I was supposed to win that game with my cards. It's possible I couldn't have. If you see a line I didn't, feel free to let me know in the comments. Alright, well, no blue mana, but we have, I guess, some cards. Yeah. It's not a very good hand. Our opponent going first is not the worst for us, so I guess we're supposed to keep it. And we draw a card we can't cast. Not really what I'm looking for. We'll just play out the bog. It's actually a fine one. I think we're supposed to play out both. Cool. It's a pretty annoying card. Alright, well, that's good news at least. At least we can try to block here. Coalition Warbrood. That's pretty annoying. Alright. Yeah, guess we're just taking 3. Okay, so we can afford to do this. So that's what we'll do. Next turn we have the Namada with Bone Splinter's backup. Oh god. Okay, fair enough, I guess. I mean, damn. No, we want the Namada, and we're gonna sacrifice the Battlefly Swarm. Just need to not die to random nonsense here. We get a token. I mean, the Sphinx can hopefully clean up. That's not very fun, but it's not really gonna let them get in. Hammerhand. Alright, well. I mean, sometimes your opponent just draws the absolute nuts. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna block. We can play the Vine Wall or we can play the Sphinx. Those are the two options. Just gonna play the Sphinx. And then not attack. If they have another hammer hand, I guess things can be kind of dicey for me, but... Well, if their plan is to just attack with that, I'm only gonna block here. Mary's Outrider. Okay, sure. Sheesh. Alright, well my opponent has a lot of action. Sacred Peaks lets us kick the Scout to Wilderness next turn. We're going to play it, and we're going to play the Hydromancer. Just for raw. Then do we attack? They have one card in hand. Yeah, I think we do. Alright, well. Can I have a card? I'll choose pile 2, sure. Get 4 lands out of the way? That would be my guess. Alright, their last 2 cards. I have to imagine that both of them aren't perfect spells, but who knows, they might be. Okay, looks like Mass Pump, which means I'm dead. Okay, it's not Mass Pump. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna block here. We're gonna block. Okay, we're gonna block here still. We're gonna block here still. Alright, we get a creature. Oh my god. Alright, well, if my opponent's just gonna draw perfectly, I don't really have a lot I can do here. I think I have to extinguish. Arata's Firebrand. And hold up the Fires of Victory to deal 1 to something. Jesus, okay, sure. They've drawn the perfect number of lands in their aggro deck. Well, so the thing about this is, I don't think we're supposed to cast it. I think what we're supposed to do is scout. What do we have? We have double everything. I guess we could use another blue? No, another red? No, I don't know. I don't think it matters, so we'll just get a green. No attacks. We're still in a pretty good spot. I mean, our opponent has to draw 6th land at some point, right? Nope, they're just going to draw more spells. I mean, if I could play an aggro deck where I only ever drew perfect mana and the exact number of lands I needed, I'd probably do it. But I don't actually have that luxury myself. Interesting. I think Najal is definitely a card I want to play here, and next turn I think we're going to attack with it. So they're doing a fine job of at least holding back my Sphinx, which is a way for them to at least live. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but oh, there's a land. Okay. So, Fires of Victory, 5 mana, 7 mana. Really? Alright, we get another token. We'll play out the Tangled Islet. Pass turn, and now we're kind of turning the corner. I think we have the victory in the bag here, as long as I don't have... Jeez. Alright, well that's definitely a consideration, isn't it? Well, we actually have Tolarian Geyser, so now we get to do the best of all possible worlds and attack with this and this. Although I don't know if we can at this point. Yeah, we're just gonna attack with this. Auto pay. Yeah, they're just gonna do that. Fine by me. We're gonna kick it here and here. That's enough for them. They've seen it and the game's over. Alright. Yeah, I mean, my opponent had a pretty incredible draw. We did manage to squeak out one victory. Hopefully we can get more than that, though. Alright, we have a 1, a 2, a 3, and we can cast them all. Yeah, we have 2 3s actually. Yeah, we'll keep it. Start here. Battlefly Swarm. Next turn, play a land. Attack with it. Ooh, Vine Wall's actually quite fine with me. Yeah, go ahead and attack. And play out the Islet. Their own Vine Wall. Sure, I'm fine with that. What they got? This does seem like a bit of a card advantage war, and we do have a good amount of card advantage. Basic, okay, sure. Alright, well that's a pretty good one. Happy to see that. Definitely gonna play out the Vine Wall, looking for a second blue. Pretty pleased. Well, ask and you shall receive. Don't even bother to look at the other cards that we milled. Charismatic Vanguard. Well, that's a fine card and all, but not really gonna do it. So I think we're actually supposed to play the Vine Wall to ensure that we can play out the other thing next turn. So we'll cast this. Tributary or Swamp. We have double blue, so if we take the Swamp we can definitely cast. Tributary is better for a mana later down the road, but I think we'll take the Swamp so we can just play it next turn for sure. If they have specifically timely interference, that does get me. They don't. Fine by me. Vine Shaper Kicked is fine by me as well. Next turn we have a Sphinx of the Clear Skies. Hopefully they don't play a land here, that'd be nice. They do not. Pretty good for me. Excuse me while I play a Sphinx. So the list of cards that actually kill this for 4 mana right now, or rather 2 mana, are quite low. Pretty much nothing. We're almost guaranteed to get in at least 1 hit here. Slightly more options now. I think the rare is most likely, if they have anything. And we're only 1 land away from Amaro's definitely a fine card and all, but it doesn't have reach, so I'm not really too terribly concerned. We are going to beat in for what, 3, 4, 3, okay. Well, any second now they'll be separating out those piles, and we're gonna probably take the one with the bone splinters. Yeah, we'll just choose this. Good try, Oppo. I'll play out the forest. We will kick the Vine Shaper Prodigy. And we'll put the, I guess we'll take the Meteorite? Yeah, we don't have white mana, so actually we'll take the Pixie Illusionist. Just a good card. And then we'll just Bone Splinters here. Bink. Bonk. Gone. Yep. Except, I always forget this is top 3 and get the best one. I always think it's just draw a card, because it looks like it should just be draw a card, but no. It is just anticipate. Very solid creature. Alright, well we're tapping some mana here. Juniper Order Rootweaver is fine. It's another thing that doesn't actually interact with the Vine Shaper. And Argivian Phalanx also doesn't interact, not interact with the Vine Shaper, interact with the Sphinx. No blocks. Alright, well, now we have to do some things here to actually stay alive. First thing we're going to do is attack. In the sky for 5. Because as much as they have a nice board over there, we have a nicer board. We're going to take land fires. They're going to give us a swamp and fires on one side, I think. No. They're going to give us 2 lands and then fires on the other side. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, sure, I'll just take the card. The whole entire card. Can we kick this? Yes, we can. Is this enough for my opponent to concede? Nope. They have a 7th land? Yep. Unfortunately for them, I really don't think that's enough. Like, it's just not. Alright, well, now what? Well, now we're just gonna attack in the air for 10. They're gonna block the fake one. Sure. They have a combat trick. Yep. I'll take the extinguish. There are 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, huh? Don't really feel like dealing with that. Then we'll play a Blight Pile. And a Pixie Illusionist for 1. End the turn. Seven. So how does this go bad for me? It's 9 damage. With 2 cards in hand, I don't think it can go bad for me. Still, we'll try to make some solid blocks here. Block there, and that's it. Okay, well, I mean, it's all on you, opponent. Do what you gotta do. Alright, they're just gonna let it go. We're at 16. Snare spinner. That does block, but not very well. We'll make this red. Pink. You remember that card you gave me earlier? Well, it does something. I kind of knew we had that. I mean, I guess they had to hope we don't have anything to do with it. Or that we forget. I mean, they have something. Whatever it is, they gotta do it. Heroic charge. Still dead. Okay, yeah. Bink. I don't really get why they didn't just attack with everything there. I mean, that was the best attack they had. I guess they did the math in their heads and it wasn't enough, but it certainly beats just dying to the on-board trick. I mean, all things considered, that was actually closer than it looked at first glance. That was a relatively close game. Now we have... Yeah, pretty okay hand. Bone Splinters to kind of stymie the removal. Or kind of stymie the tide of aggression from our opponent. Ooh, they have a 1-drop here? Uh-oh. We draw untapped land. Pretty happy about that. We'll take a white mana or untapped land. I guess we'll just take an untapped land here. Yeah, we'll take an untapped land. Alright, I mean, if they're gonna use a combat trick to get through this, that's fine with me. I already got my card out of it, so... Sunbathing Grubauer. Well, actually, we're gonna kill that with our Bone Splinters, because I actually am more threatened by it than I am the other cards. Play out the Wooded Ridge line. We'll just go ahead and yoink, bink, gone. Now what I would not like to see is the Yavimaya Iconoclast. I would like to live in a world where, oh, well, that's definitely an annoying card. It's very strong. So Lightning Strike next turn is looking pretty bad for me if they have it. But, ooh, that's actually a solid card. We don't have the white mana for the Warhorse. Alright, so we're just going to play out the Blight Pile and see if my opponent has a way to kill it. If they attack with just Viashino, I will block. Uh-oh. Okay, just attack with that is certainly interesting. They even had an attack with the Viashino. Alright, well, oh boy. We do have the Colors of the Wind here, so are we supposed to play it, or are we supposed to play the Sphinx? I think we're supposed to play out the Najal. They can get in with the Phoenix Chick for free. Anything else is going to cost them. Well, this is certainly annoying. I think these are the two best blocks we have. They have to spend some serious cards here to get through it all. That's fine. And we get their one card there. And we're at a healthy enough life total. Branch Rider, post-combat, is fine with me. Now we're just going to play the Haunted Mire And the Phyrexian Warhorse or the Sphinx? I think we play out the Sphinx. I think it's just big enough now. No attacks. Well, Goblin is good, but I don't think it's gonna get them an attack here. And then we get an attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. What you got? Oh wow, those are all good cards. Yeah, I mean, I'll take anything you give me here. You have 6 mana? Yeah, I'll take this. Yeah, sure. Alright, we'll play out this and then we'll play out the Rona. Walks better. And then next turn we just have to have our Sphinx live and we get a second one. If they want to attack all, we have OK blocks. If they want to tap a Goblin Picker and a Sprouting Goblin, yeah, they have less mana to do things with. Interesting that they would discard a Branch Rider. Honestly, I think another haste creature was honestly just good for them. Oh, block here. Block here. If they have a trick, they have a trick. Taking 3 as it is. Okay, well, going to 8's fine by me. Temporal Firestorm would just kill my thing. I think we're supposed to just cast a Hydromancer and get another Sphinx. And then just pass turn. This is the turn where things are dicey. I think if we get overzealous and attack, they could have a potentially lethal way to get through. But now we have 1,000,000 power and toughness on board, so it's basically impossible. Yeah, they're gonna just sack lands, spend a bunch of mana. It doesn't look like they're gonna kill the Sphinx here. Another electrostatic infantry I'm not really too concerned about. Now all I want to do is get in with one of the Sphinxes, and I think it's going to be the one that I can't get back. Put them to 10. We have a lethal attack next turn. Bind Wall and removal spell. Yeah. We'll take removal spell and anything else they want to give me. Play this. Play this. Play this. Or do we just hold up that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess we shouldn't have played out the Battlefly Swarm. Whoops. I think keeping the unknown is actually good for me, so whatever. Alright. So them pitching cards is a little costly. That is one thing you have to... Oh dear, now they only have 1 red source. Yeah, they're kind of screwing themselves. You can't just sacrifice all one type of land. Usually you need to keep a good mixture. Also, like, every single creature they've played except for the Rootwalla has been... Yeah, that's just death. Has been red, except this. So, sacrificing mountains just seems like a bad plan. They didn't have enough aggression to run me over. I had enough early plays. That's how you win a game with that deck. (1:18 p.m. right now. Oh, there's Slippery Karsten. I've played against this person before. Had them in my pod as well. We'll keep it off the strength of the Geyser, the Bite Down, and the Battlefly Swarm. As all perfectly fine plays. Now the Rona's a bit of a mole. Actually, so's the Geyser. I guess I should have mulled. Wow, I'm kinda dumb. Alright. Ooh, Vine Wall's good. Happy to see that one. Just play this out. Crystal Grotto. Yeah, never played that one. Sleeper. Sure. Not really concerned with that. Pretty sure I'm supposed to just cast a Vine Wall. Then I can decide whether or not I want to attack. Just take this. Do I want to attack? Not really. If they'd like to attack into it, that's fine with me. Sure. They play something annoying here. Yeah, I mean, that does gain them life, but like, that's it. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, we're just gonna geyser. Bink. Oh, Sacred Peaks. Yeah, I would have played that if I had known about it. I guess I only had myself to blame there. Oh no. Yeah, they can lightning bolt me. Fine by me. We do have blocks, but they might have a combat trick. If they attack, I just won't block. We win the damage race in that exchange anyway. Knight. Okay, yeah, sure. So now we can play out this and still keep up. Yeah, bite down. No attacks, pass turn. So we kind of get the best of all possible worlds here. If they just go to any kind of attack here, we have a lot of options. Just attack for 2 is fine with me. Am I supposed to use it? No, I don't think we do. Ooh, well, Sphinx is certainly good. Yeah, we'll play that. Don't mind me. Just a mythic rare, no big deal. So we can beat any kind of combat trick. Yeah, sure, we'll block. If they have 2 combat tricks, then it'll be a little bit more dicey. Sure. If they just want a 2-for-1 themselves using like Lightning Strike or something, that's okay. Heirloom Battle Hymn. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. It did draw me a card in that sense, so I am okay. Alright, we're just going to play out the Vivisector and leave up all of our stuff. No attacks. It might have seemed greedy to block there, but I think it's fine. I mean, it was just straight up a 2-for-1, so like, hard to really lose in that exchange. Now we get a Vine Shaper Prodigy kicked. Yeah. I mean, we were never going to be hurting for card advantage. Our board is incredible. We have a lot of stuff to do. Namada? Hell yeah. Alright, well, I don't think we play out the Namada yet. I think we're just going to stay shields up. They don't have any kind of good attack here. Oh, well, they think they do. We're gonna show them that they don't. Alright, yeah, we'll block here. Do what you gotta do, buddy. Well, we are going to try and get them here. They have to pump 3 times. Uh, hmm. Actually, we don't get them here. They just get both of our things for one. Well, it's a 1-for-1, really. Sure. Yeah. We get 2 scries, which is good. Islet to the bottom for sure. Meteorite? Yeah, we'll keep a meteorite. We do have 8 mana here. So we can play out the meteorite now. Now I'll play out the Namada now. Pretty good blocks still. Okay, so the Knight is definitely a powerful card, but they do need a way to make it better here. If they have another trick, it would be bad. Do we have something to do here? Yeah, we'll keep it. Okay, they just concede on the spot. Alright, well that's certainly interesting. Alright, we are back up to Platinum 1 again. Okay, we brought it back up to 4 wins. Hopefully gonna get that 5th one. Alright, I guess I'll give it a... oh, there we are. There's the opponent right on time. Almost 1:30 in about 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to go one way or another, so we might not be getting the full draft experience. Well, we have the fires. We're gonna fire it off early. Then we have a scout and a sojourner that's gonna be relatively cheap. Yeah, we'll keep. Start with a wooded ridgeline. We'll do nothing is fine with me. We're just gonna play out the aquifer. The next turn we have basic. Yeah, we'll just play out the tributary past turn. If they're not gonna pressure us, I'm not gonna like just sit around. Ooh, that's certainly a good one. But we're gonna fire that right out of the way. Alright, yeah, I think we're supposed to just cast a Sojourner or a Namada. I'll just play a Sojourner. Nice 4/6. Next turn we can do the Vine Shaper plan if we think we need to. Shadow Prophecy main phase. Get 2 of their best 3. Choking Miasma. Yeah, I would have probably put that one in the graveyard too. Alright, yeah, it does look like we're on the Yavimaya Sojourner plan now. Maybe we're on the Namada plan. No, I think we're Vine Shapering. Oh boy. Well, I mean, all these cards are good, but we only have 4 mana. That's the problem. We do have double blue, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be greedy. We have so many plays that we can make here, and we even have the Scout the Wilderness if we think we're not gonna hit that 5th land anytime soon. Balduvian Atrocity kicked, get back the Squee. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. We are going to block here. Okay. Easy game, easy life. We can cast a Rona, can't we? No, it's double black, we don't have that. Yeah, if we play the Namada, the Balduvian Atrocity black. Oh, time to wake up, I guess. Sure is time to wake up. I think we're supposed to scout this turn after we attack for 4. Or maybe we're supposed to play out the Blight Pile. Now we're just gonna scout. Scout a Reno and go get ourselves a green. Maybe a second black was better for the Namada, or Rona rather. Yeah, it does seem like that would have been better. Once again, I'm kind of stupid, so I'm not really afraid of Urg. And they're not even going to attack here. This turn we can play out the Sphinx. I don't hate that. Or we can play out the Vine Wall and the Blight Pile. I think I'm just going to do that. Haunted Mire. Yeah, it's a green source and we need those, so I'll take it. Play it, and then play out the Blight Pile and pass the turn. We have 2 rares and 2 uncommons in our hand. Well, 1 mythic. So we have almost the full spectrum of rarity here. Writhing Necromass is a fine card, but I fail to see it measuring up here. That's 7 mana. So are we supposed to just cast the Namada or the Sphinx? I think we're going to cast the Shouldered and attempt to double block with the Blight Pile and the Vine Shaper on the Necromass. Thanks, I guess. Yeah. And then we would like them to use a combat trick or some kind of removal. I think we're pretty happy with that. And they're relatively close to getting the Squee online. In fact, they have it this turn. So, but Squee's actually pretty miserable on this board. It just doesn't do anything. Yeah, attack time. We will be double blocking. Combat trick is fine. Removal is better. Alright, well that's not a removal spell that actually gets them anything. One for one on that. Sengir Connoisseur. Okay, well, Sengir Connoisseur is actually kind of tedious. Three cards in hand. Yeah, we're gonna play out the Namada. Thanks. It may seem crazy that I keep sandbagging this card, but this turn they have to find a way to remove the Namada, or have a combat trick, otherwise they don't have attacks. Vivisector is fine with me. They do have a removal spell. Alright, but now we have Sphinx, so unless they have another removal spell, we're still in a good place. Alright. Thanks. And no attacks again. See if we can hold this thing back for one turn, If they attack, we're not going to block. Just straight out the gate, not going to happen. Lagomos is fine with me. They're going to get an extra counter, but we are way ahead on life. Pretty much impossible for them to kill the Sphinx here. Well, we're just going to make the most profitable blocks we can if they attack like that. We're going to block here, here, and then not at all there. There takes 7, I guess. I guess we're supposed to block here, aren't we? Yeah. Do what you gotta do. Alright. That was actually fine with me. We're at 9. Well, they keep something on top. Certainly not happy to see whatever it is. Alright, well... we are going to attack. They have a combat trick? No. Alright, fine by me. Writhing Necromass, kind of annoying here. Vortic, well, certainly a strong card, but they don't have 5 basic land types, so that just gets them back. What? Squee? Walduvian Atrocity? Squee. Yeah, sure. Alright, they don't have any kind of way to utterly blow us out in combat here, so we do get some okay blocks. Here, 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 and here, even though we don't have Death Touch. Just keep us alive, make the best blocks possible. They get some more scry action. We really need this hit with the Sphinx to work double overtime for us. They're gonna put some stuff on the top, and then they have more? Repossession. Okay, yeah, sure. Alright, Bone Splinters is fine, but we're gonna just hit with this and see what happens. Okay, well, we're gonna take the Geyser. We don't have the white mana. They can't give us the Geyser and the Sacred Peaks together. Yeah, I guess. I mean, sure. I don't know why they're saying good game for. Definitely not over by any stretch of the imagination. We play out the Najal. And we're gonna just end the turn. Rager, well that doesn't really do anything. Now they actually have to draw land just so that they can untap and play the Sengir Connoisseur. Well they do, okay, yeah sure. So we have to kill it pre-combat. We have to make blocks here. They don't even attack. Okay. Yeah, they get a counter. Scry to the bottom. Okay. My turn. None of these creatures have secret reach. They do not. Bone Splinters, kill the Connoisseur. Sacrifice my Elvish Hydromancer. Good game. Oh, sorry, good game, my bad. Whoops, I instinctively went nice instead of thank you. I didn't mean to be on my opponent. Alright, well, we bring it back from 0-2 up to 5-2. That's pretty cool, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to go in again, see if we can win again, or if we're going to just end it here. And right on time, we actually have only about 20 minutes left, so before I have to go. So I'll give it a pause till we reach our game. Alright, so we're going first, and our hand is decidedly medium. We have a blank here, a blank here, 2 cards we can't cast, just bad. This is much, much, much better. And we're going to put the Rona on the bottom. We got a 2/3/4, and this is gone. Yeah. Thankfully we're on the play, so they're not really punishing us too bad for the slow plays. They don't have any major aggression here, which is definitely fine with me. Gibbering Barricade, yeah. I'm a-okay with that card. I think we're supposed to just play out the Namada this turn. See if they have a way to kill it. If they don't, we can start doing some stuff. If they just play out a creature. For mana. Alright, well if their plan is do nothing, I'm okay with that. If we want to kick the Fires of Victory, we have to do this. I don't think we do anything. We can definitely play Drago. They can kill a Vivisector, I'm not concerned with it. Yeah, we get a Scry. Tributary. Don't really think I want the Tributary. We already have the blue mana. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't really want it. So we get the 2-for-1 either way. Alright, and now they can't actually sacrifice the Namada unless they have specifically Bone Splinters. Although blocking would have been a way to avoid it. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. Yeah, very funny. Good trick. Alright, Najal is not a castable for me, so instead we're going to play out the Soul Tender and hold up the other thing. Blue source would have been okay, but it's alright. Uh-oh. This card only ever means one thing. Either they're looking to be incredibly aggressive, or they have a dragon. Oh, they're just gonna play everything. Alright, well... we're just gonna try and boink that out of the sky or off the ground right now. Don't really feel like letting it live. Let's see, we hit... Alright, we attack, trade off. Happy to have that in my graveyard. And we will sacrifice a token. Oh, we can't sacrifice a non-token. Yeah, I mean, sure, I'll sacrifice a Vine Wall. I already got a card out of it. Well, Danitha's definitely annoying, but doesn't actually do much here besides attack and block. We'll play out an Ajal, which is quite strong, and no attacks. We just need something to do with an Ajal now. Bone Splinters would be a really good one. Lagomos is not a bad card, but it's not very good here. Yeah, we're gonna block, because they can't do anything about it. Yeah, they gain 1,000,000 life. Sojourner, that actually blocks profitably. Alright, well they need to have something here, otherwise they can't attack with the Danitha. Pitch a land to a Goblin Picker. No, it's a spell. No, it is a land, okay. Gibbering Barricade. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. They do get a free card every turn though, that's pretty annoying. Deck full of combos, I guess, huh? We're just drawing nothing over here, so that's not very good. We can attack with the Yavimaya Sojourner, but they just take it and attack us back with Danitha. So I think our plan is do this. What do we have in the graveyard? We have an Amada. Amada would be solid. It would be solid next turn. Yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. Then on, they have, if they decide to do any sacrificing, we actually get some value. Shoulder it. Alrighty, well, I mean, sometimes your opponent has a lot of stuff. Yeah, Ravaz, Danitha, Shouldered, Lagomos, Gibbering Barricade combo. And the perfect amount of mana to do every single thing. Yeah, fair enough. So we are on a bit of a time limit. Happy to see a Battlefly Swarm at least. It's a bit of good news. We are facing down some serious aggression, and they're at 1,000,000 life. They're at 30? Jeez. Yeah. We get a token. They gain more life. Yeah, I mean, if they're just going to gain 6 life a turn. Yeah. Blight Pile. Can't really outpace the outpace the Shouldered. We don't have the white mana either. Yeah, we have ways to get past this, but how? Dealing 5 to everything would get there. Yeah, I think we're just going to play out this and pass turn. Sure. Gain another 2. My opponent at 35. We get another token, they get another 3 life and draw a card. Yeah. Submit. Alright, what do we got? Scout the Wilderness. Yeah. Not really good enough here. Talarian Geyser. It's a fine card, but we don't have the way to kick it. Elvish Hydromancer. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with it right now. So we're just gonna do this, I guess. Go get a swamp out of the deck. Only a couple more lands left. Yeah, kind of out of options. Looks like this might be the end of the road. We just don't have good attacks through the Danitha, and they have like perfect synergy going on, and we didn't draw the sweeper. 13 cards. One of them is the sweeper, so we can still get there. But they have 5 cards in hand otherwise is the problem. We can save our best creature, and that's the good news. And in fact, if we do kill everything, that means we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens. So we wouldn't even be saving the Namada, we'd be saving the Najal. So we can't actually sacrifice to go anywhere, because we would die on our upkeep. Yeah, good game, I suppose. And this only makes stuff we control, that's why I didn't really think it's that good. Good game. Alright, well, that's the draft. Not awful. We did pretty good. Rallied the forces after a pretty awful O2. Pretty happy to see that. Also going to open up some packs here. Fun. Well, thank you for tuning in. You've been watching Robot Rallis. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Also, later on today, it is Tuesday after all, you should be able to find an article of mine up on hipstersofthecoast.com about the top 10 cards in the format that you are hoping to get and hoping to not play against. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a nice day.